Diddy Stitcher. My pronouns are she, her. It is Saturday, the 5th of October. I think this is my new routine. I'm either going to film on a Friday or a Saturday every 2 weeks. I think that's going to work better with Anna now in school. So welcome if you're new. I did want to say something. I was going to say it last video, and I probably should say, I would like to address my name as the Diddy Stitcher. In no way is it connected to a certain rapper, singer, whoever he is. I don't know really who he is. Done some bad things. Diddy refers to the UK British colloquialism for tiny, because I'm like 5 foot nothing, maybe a half an inch if you give me that. But just in case I get, like, you know, you see Diddy and you're like, ugh, nothing to do with that. If you've been here a while, you knew that, but just, I thought I'd just address it. Anyway, if you are new, I like to start my Flosstube with a little tarot pull. Last week I pulled the 5 pence for the 2 weeks that have led up to this. I was a bit confused by that because it was about kind of, no such thing as a bad card, but negative connotations of like you're having a bad time, you need to ask for help. And I don't think it was related to my stitching, but I think it was related to my work. So I did have to like ask for some help, and I did receive, and it's been good. It kind of sorted out my problem. I won't go into the work stuff, but I kind of overcame something, and I was happy about that. So when I pulled for this week, looking at the past 2 weeks, we pulled the 10 of Cups. So this is happiness, homecoming, fulfillment, emotional stability, security, domestic harmony. I would say that covered the last 2 weeks, because I asked for the help that I needed from the 5 of Pence. So I've had a very happy, maybe not 2 weeks, maybe like week. The first week was maybe the asking for help, and the second week I was happier about the situation. So that's good. But then I pulled for like the coming 2 weeks, and I got the 10 of Swords. It's like complete 180. And that's some big energy, and I don't really know what to do with it. Trying to be open-minded, not be scared by a card. So the 10 of Swords is ruin, failure, bitterness, collapse, exhaustion, dead end, victimization, betrayal, which is the complete opposite basically of the 10 of Cups. So I'm going from this into this. Burnout maybe from, you know, celebrating that I got over this hurdle, but then needing to collapse. It's a big difference. So I'm gonna sit with that. I usually pull for the stitchy vibes, not particularly personal vibes. Maybe I need to attune my shuffling and pulling. Anyway, interesting. So what am I into? We just went to have brunch, Alex and I. Now Anna stays at my dad's on a Friday night, so we get Friday nights to ourselves and Saturday mornings. So we went out for brunch on a Saturday morning. It was beautiful. I had pancakes, and they were with pancetta. Beautiful. So I am well fed for filming today. So actually into the stitching is what you're here for, while I ramble. I think I've done quite a lot since I last saw you. I've definitely had more time to stitch than I did last video. I haven't had any FFOs. I did drop off 5 pieces at the framers last Saturday. He said it might take about 5 weeks. So I'm thinking beginning of November I should have something to show you, which would be exciting. But that's like £250 that will I'll just let them figure that out. Not me just masking taping something into a store-bought frame. No finishes, but I did have 2 new starts. So I received a package from Julia, Knitty Knits, as part of our Second Most Magnificent Ink Circles round robin. So I got Kim's, let me see which way up this is, which is this tiny little piece. Look how cute it is. So we are in the Fellowship of the Withy Windle, which is the 40 count group. I don't know if there's more 40 count groups, but we are a 40 count group. And this is Blue Tulips by Ink Circles with a completely changed colour scheme, which I absolutely love on this fabric. I don't know what the fabric is. I'm assuming it's a Bee Stitch Me because it's Kim. Kim is Crafty Teacher DIYs on Instagram. You should go follow her because she does amazing things like this. And I got it and I immediately started on it, so you can see my little start in this corner kind of here. And this is her Bee Stitch Me Silk colour conversion. It's just a beaut. So yeah, let me see if I can get it. Like that's it, like all together. It's tiny. It's a tiny one. So yeah, I started it as soon as I got it. I'm gonna finish it quite quick because I've got something else for. I'm gonna send Kim back her finished piece and some chocolates that she likes. These are chocolate covered like marzipan, I think we were talking about it on a Bendy Stitchy Twitch or Flosstube live. I knew that we sold them here in the UK. I think they're Belgian? German. They're German chocolates. So I'll be able to send her some chocolates for Christmas and her finished project. So that we've got until like the end of the year, but I wanted to have the chocolates before Christmas because they're like a Christmas chocolate. So I'll be sending it as soon as I'm done and it won't hang around. So it might not be here the next time I film, that's why I wanted to show you. So I'll take a picture and show you the finish, but the chocolates need to get to Kim, so they will go ASAP. And the other start that I had was My Necessity by Nuri of Shaded Stitchery. It's her birthday on the 10th of October, so she's having like she's having a sale in her shop, so go check it out. And also EJ of the Sunshine Stitchers declared that we should all stitch Nuri's patterns in October for her birthday, and it's also my birthday on the 18th of October, so it's kind of a little birthday start for me. There's something else that I want to start on my actual birthday, but in celebration of Nuri I started My Necessity, and I am doing it 1/1 on 40 count with kimono silk a la Kaylee Tiny Stitches. So this is a ice dye 40 count Vidal that I did. I call it like smoky grey. It's kind of grey, green, mottled. It's kind of moody sky. So yeah, it's gonna be tiny. I'm so excited for it. So I started in the middle with the needle, and then did some of those clouds, and that's about it. This was 90 something stitches, I think, because it is really hard. One to do 1/1 on 40 count. To this kimono silk, so I keep it in this little tub here because they come on these little bobbins. So it is silk, but it's like the twist of it or something. You know, it's meant for a sewing machine or a machine, not for really hand sewing. So the twist of it is a bit funny to like hold it in the needle. I probably just need to practice more. I've not used them a ton. So I've done kind of a sympathetic conversion from Nuri's called for. I have had to order some more colours because I've got 12 colours at the minute, and I needed at least 2 more, and then they couldn't travel alone, so they'll be coming with some friends. Maybe I can just put them away for Christmas and get Alex to give me them for Christmas. But for this piece, yeah, I'm very excited to do it in these silk threads. It's fiddly, but it'll be fine. It is quite a big piece. This is only like 2%, so I don't know how long it's going to take. But I've wanted to stitch this for ages, like ever since everybody was stitching it. Everybody was stitching it the beginning of last year, I think. I didn't jump on the bandwagon. I had FOMO, so this is me jumping on the bandwagon now. So those are my 2 starts, and I shouldn't be starting stuff. You know I shouldn't. I talk about this all the time. I need to finish some stuff. Anyway, so my whips. So in no particular order, or in kind of maybe alphabetical order, because of Notion. So I decided to keep This Is Amazing Lavender Garden by Chatelaine. I decided to keep this out last time and finish this page. So that is finished now. So that was my goal for 2024. Took a while. So the next page will be like right up to here. There'll be a beast of a page. If I want to do that next year. I'll decide goals when I do my whip parade at the end of the year, in between Twixmas probably. So this is on 32 count Dove Grey by Swigart. All the called for was a pack from European Cross Stitch with all the threads and the beads. I'm beading at the end. This is a 17 by 17 Q-snap. It fits on just right, so I won't have to move it. And yeah, it's going good. I can't wait for this one to be done. I'm very excited about it. So I'll put this away now, and I'll be working on other stuff. I've got all my sals and my you know, round robins, and I'll have a birthday start. So this one I can cross off the list for this year. But yeah, let me give you a close up. Oh, it fell. It's okay. Another one I worked on. So I can't remember where I was up to with my swimming stitching. So I take my daughter to swimming on a Monday night. So I've got to have something to stitch while she's swimming. And I finished the Wild Violet teacup one, and then I was trying to figure out something else that I could take along, but everything small that I had is kind of on small counts, like 1/1 on 28 count or something like that, so not ideal for when you're just sitting in the hallway of a swimming pool. So even though I have finished my goal for this year on this, I'm just using this as swimming stitching because it's very good. So this is Gingerbread House by the Nutmeg Company. So it will be turned into like a 3D little ornament. So these are the walls and the gables, and then you stitch like a really long piece and fold it over for the roof. So it's just, this is 18 count, I think, 16 count, and it's super easy. So I was working on this Christmas tree on this side. I think the last time I worked on it, I didn't actually count my stitches, which eek. But I've done about 900 stitches since you last saw it. I keep forgetting to say here's like a picture of it before. Hopefully I'm just putting those in. Yeah, I'm excited for this one to be done too. I'm excited to like build the thing. It comes with like plastic canvas to make kind of a skeleton to wrap this around. I don't think I'll have it done for Christmas. We can see. We'll see. But again, just another one that I just want to have done. Just want to have done. But I'm enjoying it. It's not like I want it gone. So yeah, that's easy stitching. I've got it in this tiny little pouch of Little Women, which is my favourite book. Next, what I worked on was Moon Phase Bell Pull. So this is a sal that I'm doing with a bunch of my friends. Aurora, hashtag Aurora Moon Phase Bell Pull sal. This is Moon Phase Bell Pull by Tiny Modernist, and Kaylee of Kaylee 10 Stitch of the sewing shop.ca dyed this incredible fabric of, you know, the Northern Lights basically, and it's just epic, absolutely epic. So I finished the trees. Oh, so I work on this. I'm trying to do at least 400 stitches on every full and new moon. That way I should be finished this by May of next year or around about. So I finished the trees. I finished them last night with Trina on Zoom. And this Sew Notion tells me is like 25% done, which is amazing. As There's a lot of stitches. There's my tiny moose. I love. I'm so glad I ripped that out and put that in there. So yeah, every 2 weeks or so, I pull this out, and so this is kind of like my own little sow in that I kind of like make my own drops, if you like. So yeah, trying to get to that 400 stitches just to get it done, to get something done. And I should be doing that kind of thing with an older whip maybe. But that's just what I'm doing with this. It seems it worked with that one with the moon phases. Oh, that's on 40 count as well. 1/2. So it's teeny, but not too teeny. Next I worked on, I caught up with plants and petrichor somewhat. I still haven't done the rest of the shelves. I'll do them as the things on the shelf drop. So the last drop that we had was the cat, Henry, I think his name is. So that was dead quick because this was already done. This side was done with the green pillow and this side was done with these blankets. So I just had to put the cat in the middle. So since you last saw it, I've done 1,362 stitches. And I love it. I love it so much. I'm really gonna struggle to not do sals. I think I've decided excuse me, I'm not gonna do any sals. I might buy the sal because support designers, but whether I actually stitch them is probably, I need to separate the two because I love it, but it's like I can't stitch anything else because I want to keep up with it. I could not keep up with it. I could let it go. But I can't do that in my head. We'll talk about that closer to the end of the year, but that's kind of where I'm going with it. So this is on 20 count even weave forest green by Zweigart. I'm doing it 2/1, so it's a bit chunky, but I like it. Yeah, really like it. Yeah, just every Friday we get a drop. It was only like 175 stitches this Friday, so that was easy. But yeah, takes up a lot of mental energy for me. Anyway. So speaking of Trina, we had our Serbian proverb Sal, again, another Sal, I need to knot. We have a Zoom, we try to once a month to work on a Serbian proverb. So I don't work on this any other time apart from on the Zoom. So this is Serbian proverb by Ladi Da. This is on 40 count Vala by Picture This Plus, and I'm just pulling threads that speak to me. So I started with this border, excuse me, which is a Karen watercolors, whatever the 12 strand silk is, and it's desert shadow, so it's got these like greens and blues and purples, and that's kind of what I'm picking out for the rest of the piece. So last night I worked on a bit more of the word border with the cottage garden threads. I put some leaves in with a Threadworks, and this zigzag with one cottage garden on a two different coats. Oh no, there's 3 different cottage gardens in there. There's the top of the zig, the bottom of the zig, and then the dots. You can't really see that well, but it gives it a little something. So yeah, I'm just kind of going for this kind of palette. So yeah, I'm not counting my stitches on this one. But there's still a lot to go. It's a chunky one. But if we keep up with the once a month, me and Trina, and we splashed out for the Zoom subscription, so we didn't have to log off every 40 minutes. It's all good. And then the last thing I worked on was only a little bit, because I haven't had much time, but we got our October Stitch for Pride motif, which is in tribute to Edward Gorey. I didn't recognise Edward Gorey off the bat, kind of like, you know, in the email description or whatever that Dee sends out. But once I started doing the research that Dee gives us, it was like, oh yeah, I do know this artist. I just didn't, it kind of, maybe I got confused that it was a Tim Burton thing, but it's not Tim Burton. It's pre-Tim Burton, a different person, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, I do like this artist. I have seen this artist before. Want to, I don't know. I like this artist. And it's not like, I said this like last month about the Hawaiian artist. Like it speaks to me, like in my soul. Edward Gorey is just like, it tickles that morbid curiosity thing in my brain rather than like a soul thing. I don't know. But anyway, I bought the book, the Gashley Crumb Tinies. I love this book. It's so morbidly funny. It's an alphabet of children and how they meet their end. So it starts, A is for Amy, who fell down the stairs, and then it goes all the way through the alphabet of different children, and it ends with Z is for Zyla, who drank too much gin, and that is my favourite of all of the Gashley Crumb Tinies. I mean, look at her. Look at her, poor doll. Like, she needs that gin. But it's the pen and ink, the tininess of the scale that he draws these on it's just wonderfully whimsical and morbid, and yes. So thank you, Dee, for reminding me and educating me on who this artist actually is and appreciating them. So the piece that we have is based on Edward's Man with a Bat on His Head. I think that's the name of the piece. And then there's this massive skull that Dee's designed for us as well. So I'm going to do the skull face in like the alternate colour. That's the 4260 for me. And the purple is a Coffee Craft Fabrics, just an unnamed purple, which is just perfect for this. I was a bit unsure. I was like, maybe I should have a black. But once I watched the hour-long kind of talk on Gorey, and he does use colour selectively, and maybe not these colours, but I think I'm fine to put that in my piece. So I'm stitching this on a 36 count latte by Fibre on a Whim. I'm going to work on this today, I think, so that's why it's still in the key snap, so excuse me. But yeah, I love it. And this is what I love about just art in general. Obviously D is highlighting 12 2S LGBTQ plus artists for Stitch for Pride, but artists in general, like, it's so varied. It touches so much of you, whether it's in your soul, just you don't know why, or it makes you think about a certain topic, or it just tickles that little morbid bit in your brain. He's just putting that all on a plate for us. So thank you, D. Love you. It's gonna be really hard not to do Stitch for Pride or whatever it comes into 2025. I'll be buying it to support D. But whether I stitch it, because just the October piece, that's like 1,500 stitches. It's a lot. And yes, I'm gonna do it. Yes, I'm gonna love stitching it, but my whip board here is like crying out. I'm struggling with the dilemma. So yeah, that was all I stitched on. I did have some haul, so I've got lots of haul coming. There'll be more next video, but if you saw my last video with my finishes of the prim animals, I call them, on the boards, thank you for those that said kind words about that. I really liked them. So I went back to that Danish shop because they get new stuff in quite regularly, and we've decorated the house somewhat for autumn. I don't really decorate for Halloween. I have like a autumn garland and a wreath on the table. I do have the little pots from Nightmare Before Christmas, like the Frog's Breath, the Deadly Nightshade, and something else. What's the other one? Wormswort. That's kind of as Halloween-y as it gets. But I was looking for some more autumn decorations. I got one of those, it's like a tea light with a windmill on the top, so it turns with the heat of the candle, with like acorns and leaves on. It's so pretty. But another thing that I found, not autumn related, but kind of crafty related, I don't knit, but look at these tiny knitting. Look how cute that is. There wasn't anything that I saw that was like stitching. I think there was like a toolbox that had a measuring tape in. Maybe I could have made it into something. But look how pretty. Look at that variegation on that yarn. Look how pretty that is. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I've been saying that I'm going to move... I'm going to make this Anna's bedroom and move my croffice into the small bedroom. So once I get in there, I think I'm going to need a little miniature bookcase like Kaylee does for all her miniatures. And if I want to stitch mini things, I might have to start collecting miniature things, because I just love this so much. Anyway, babbling about that. Going back to Julia of Knit Me Knits, they had an auction, or like we were on Twitch. It was like you put your name in a hat if you wanted to buy the thing that was kind of up for sale in aid of charity. It was a... Oh, I can't remember what the charity was for now. Well done, Helen. Hold that thought. Housing Works. So sorry, I forgot about that. So they help those who are unhoused with HIV and AIDS, help them get on their feet. So that was what we were raising money for. So Julia had a few bits. I put my name in for a few bits. I won 2 bits. So one of them was a Picture This Plus Mesa linen, 36 count. It's beautiful pink. I don't normally go for pink, but this is like a coral pink. It's fine. Like it's more than fine. It's beautiful. Pink's not really my colour, but then they had this as well, Our Hearts by With Thy Needle, and it's not something that I would stitch normally, but the sentiment is kind of me and Alex. Your heart and my whole are very old friends. So I'm going to stitch this on this, and I'm going to kind of start it ASAP so I can finish it ASAP to kind of... I've paid my money to the charity. Julia doesn't care. But kind of do the thing. But like I say, I don't stitch samplery pieces. I don't stitch massive flower baskets and people. So I kind of cut it all up. I have this frame that I got that I really love, that I want to put this in, and it shouldn't take too long, she says. Maybe I can finish it for Alex for Christmas or something as like a, there you go. Because I do have it's like a card that I got at the Little Women house in Concord, Massachusetts. It's like a pink marble paper with some kind of love poem. I can't remember what it says. The Louisa May Alcott wrote. So it can kind of go with that. The pinks are similar. That's the vision. It can kind of go with that. So in order to fit it into here, I've photocopied the chart and Frankensteined it into something like that. So I'll have a what do you call it? Arch. It should fit. I've kind of done it. So yeah, it shouldn't take that long. Doesn't look like there's many stitches. I've pulled some floss. So I have this bit of leftover Carrie's Creations. I don't know how far that'll get me. But this is what I used in the primitive animals bit. So I really love that. This was a Brin and Needle duo from the Lobster kit at Stitch North this year. So I think the pinks go really well with that fabric. And then this chocolate mousse. I can't remember what I was going to use them for. I've just kind of got, I think maybe I think I maybe do the words in the chocolate mousse and then the twirly bits at the top in Wilderness. So it's like a green but a browny pinky green. Does that make sense? So that's basically the palette on that. Yeah, I think it'll be, and then a darker red And then I think I've got a classic Colourworks that if I needed some more of that kind of red, it would be fine. So yeah, I'm kind of going to whip that out. Do that. It's a plan. It was some hauls and a plan. Kind of all in one. Bish bash bosh. And then my other plan for my birthday, so it'll be 2 weeks on the Friday is my birthday. So maybe I'll film on my birthday or the day after I've started this. So this is another pattern by the Primitive Hair. I got this from another auction thing for Java Pearls. Fundraiser for their training their dog as like a mobility dog. I think that was it. Anyway, this is Serenity. I want to do a tea stitch and a coffee stitch for me and Alex because I like tea. He likes coffee. So this is going to be for my birthday start. I do want to start Coffee Quaker. That's by Coffee Quaker. Coffee Quaker. Beth Twist. You know. Someone tell me. I know. I have the pattern. Nope, not coming to me. But Megan of the Long Distance Stitches, she won the auction that Michelle Bendy was doing for the Coffee Quaker. It's like a whole kit with a project bag and everything, so she's really excited about that. So she's going to stitch that. I'm going to ask to start that with her so I can do tea and coffee. Anyway, back to tea. So I am not filling in the teacup because ain't nobody got time for that. I'm doing this on a 36 count fibre on a whim in brown sugar. So it's kind of got the same vibes. And I pulled a Threadworks, a Ramble and Roots, which I got from, shoot, what was your name? I got it from the Kit It Up swap. I can't remember your name, who I got it off when it got lost. And it went back and forwards over the Atlantic a couple of times. But Ramble and Roots, they dye with like natural like leaves and flowers and stuff. Beautiful. So this is kind of my palette. This is kind of going to be the cup, but I'm just going to do the outline. This and this is like the flowers on the cup. This is going to be my tea. If you saw my Instagram, I made a cup of tea and I put thread over the tea to make sure I was getting the right shade. I don't know, I chose the variegated just because it's interesting, but I don't know if it's going to look like the milk has curdled in the tea if it's not one flat colour. So we'll see about that, or if it'll be fun. So yeah, not doing a big white teacup. We're just gonna do some outlining, and this like label at the bottom, I guess. And I don't think I'll finish it like that with like an actual tea bag. So it'll be kind of, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just going to try and make this a quick stitch as well. So these two are going to be kind of, I'm going to try and make them a quick stitch. I don't know if I'll succeed, but yeah, I don't need to be doing a full coverage teacup. That's that. So that's my plans. Other plans. Keep up with Stitch for Pride. Plants and Petrichor. Finish Kim's Round Robin. Get that out so she can have her chocolates. I'm not going to pick anything else from my whip list because I think I've got enough kind of going on. Yeah, I think that's it. It seems awfully quick. I feel like I've missed something. Have I rambled? Have I spoken too fast? I don't know. I think I need to go have a lie down. I was on Zoom till like 1 AM with Trina. Yeah, I guess that's it. I love you. Be kind and free Palestine. See you later. Bye.